Hey everybody, we're just going to do a midweek cash, not unstuffing, but check-in. So we're going to do a midweek cash check-in. So I'm just going to open up my wallet here and we're going to take a look at what I have left in each of the categories. So I've just started finished week 1 of my 2-week bi-weekly paycheck. So let's get started and take a look at what we have. So self-care started with $40 and currently I have $40 left. Just gonna put that right back in there. Groceries started with $60 and I have 20, 40, 42. Let's fix that. So $42 at my 1 week mark. Household. So for household, it started with $60 and we currently have $60 left in household. Refreshments. Let's see what we've got there. It started with $40 as well. Now we have 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we have almost half of our refreshment money left, which means that we used up everything plus $1 on our first week. Now for eating out, I allotted myself $40. We currently have $20 left. And my last category is auto. And I allotted myself $40 and we have $40 left. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that back in there. Alright, so for anyone interested, how I cash stuff is a bi-weekly pay period. I decide what I want in each category. There are different ways that you can go about this. You can go by percentages. You can add up what you've spent, let's say, in each area. So let's say self-care. You can look back over your bank statements, your receipts, all of that over the past 3 to 6 months and see what your average that you've spent in self-care in that period. And then you take that average and you start your folder. Now, sometimes you'll have less, sometimes you'll have more that you'll spend with a month. But if you take your average, that's a good meeting spot to start. And it makes you really think about what you're spending. Over time, you can adjust that so that you are only putting in there exactly what you need. So let's say your median self-care for the month, from a 6-month period, you spent a median of $40. So if you put $40 in self-care, if you get that down to 30, you can adjust your budget down to 30 so that you can put more in saving or maybe a different area that you might need more than what you were originally expecting. That's why I love the cash envelope system, because you can adjust throughout the month. You can adjust month by month or even by the year, depending on what your bills are and what changes. I don't have the exact same bills every single month. Sometimes I might have a sporadic tire bill that I have to replace a tire. That was my most recent one, actually. I had to end up replacing a tire that I wasn't expecting to have to replace, and I was able to funnel money to my tire without having to dig into my savings. So that's a great thing. So maybe for my tire, I use my auto money, which is my $40 a week, and I also used my self-care money, and I think it was $20 out of my household. So in order to fund that, I was able to cut back on my household for last week in order to fund my tire to keep me from having to go into savings. And that is just a great thing about doing the cash stuffing system, because you can make sure that every dollar is allotted for and that you are not just frivolously going into your savings account, because it's so easy to just swipe a card or to spend a dollar if you're not really thinking about where each dollar goes. So I had to intentionally look at my budget and see that I didn't want to go into my savings. So I had to intentionally go and grab my wallet and look at where my money was so that I could adjust it accordingly before I spent what I needed. So that's just a little bit of food for thought. But anyway, that was my wallet check-in for my 2 weeks. So that was week 1 of my 2-week pay period. And at the end of the pay period, we'll go through and see what I have left at the end and cash stuff that. So I look forward to doing that with y'all. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of it. And just spread some joy and do something with your money to help you and others, because this doesn't just impact you, it also impacts anyone that comes behind you, that works with you, in order just to do better with your money so that they can see the fruits of that. All right, and I also wanted to go ahead and balance some of my savings. So I had some money that I had used my card for that was outside of my wallet. So I just wanted to go ahead and take that money and funnel it where it's supposed to be. So since I spent that money, I took that money out of those certain areas, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in my savings binder to keep me from spending this money before since I've already spent it on my card. I'm not going to put this money back in the bank. Right now, I've got enough buffer in my checking account in order to cover that. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put this in my savings binders so that I can keep track of it and make sure that I don't go ahead and spend that. So I've got this binder right here that I'm just going to put some money in. So I've got my $1,000 emergency fund that I've been working on. This year I've been making this a priority. So I'm going to put $20 in this one right here. So I'm going to put the $20 that I spent on my card and just go ahead and put that in this envelope right here. And I will come back and color those in shortly. And then right here, I've also got this savings challenge, and I've got, I think it was $7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got $7, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that. I think I'm going to go ahead and fund my 50 envelope challenge and my 500 envelope challenge. So I'm going to take and do 2 in my 50 envelope challenge, and I'm going to do 5 in my $500 challenge. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And again, I'll go in and color a $5 in just shortly. And then on this one, I'm going to do a $2 one because I've got that one empty. I'm just going to go ahead and put the money in on that. So that's just a final update. Again, that money that I had put in these savings binders were originally in my wallet, but I spent that money on my card, which I had enough money in the bank to buffer that money. So I'm just funneling those into my savings plans so that I can organize them and make sure that that money is not spent, because I've already technically spent that money out of my allotted amount. So that just keeps my amounts clean, and I don't have to worry about spending that money again you know, I've spent it on my card and I don't have to worry about spending that in the cash again because I've went ahead and I've saved that money. So that's my update.